Yes, everybody, we are back live in the building and we're about to know who we're going to face in the Champions League. As you can see, I just put out a poll now where the two different opponents that we can draw today is either Benfica or PSG. I just put out a poll. I'm curious to see who you guys want, but we're also going to know, as you can see right here, I've popped this open. We're crucially going to know which side of the bracket we can be on. Remember, we cannot face Barcelona until the final. That's what you can see right here. So I want to know, A, which team you'd rather we get, and I'll tell you mine, and B, which side of the bracket you'd rather be on. As you can see, you can see all of it right there. You can see all of it right there, and the nerves are building up. For those of you watching in France, by the way, it's the draw is on Canal+. So I'm not sure exactly what it'll be in the UK, but yeah, guys, let me know. Yo, the Vicar's in the building. Charlie, Cooper, how's everybody doing? You want Benfica? Savage says. I think I would probably rather have Benfica, yes. But then, like I said, we're also going to know which side of the bracket we're going to be on. And it looks like it's going to begin very, very soon, actually. Wow, this one looks like it's going quick. Joseph, nice to see you in the building. What's good? Garvit's been a community support member for 12 months. I don't want to wait too long. I'll renew it now. Big up to you, Garvit. I want W's in the building right now for Garvit. 12 months, that's a freaking year. That's crazy. That's really crazy. But are you worried about Real Madrid? Always. I'm always worried about Real Madrid, especially now that, you know, Kylian Mbappe is finding his top form. And the fact that they just have so many quality players who know how to rise on the big occasion. That's obviously the team I least want to face. Let's be real. Let's be real. Liverpool fan 01, nice to see you in the building. 2 critical edits is here too. Italy isn't having a good time. Oh no, they're not. Italy is not having a good time. That's for sure. But yeah, so first off, me personally, I'm not too fussed, I think, about the team that we get. I think out of PSG and Benfica, we should be good enough over 2 legs. Remember, whoever we do face, the second leg, it's already guaranteed, that's not part of the draw, will be played at Anfield. That's massive for us, the fact that the second leg will be played at Anfield. And yeah, guys, the nerves are there. SRC Kicks, what questions are you asking? Ashwini, I'm back in Lille right now. Liverpool's the best. I know. But yeah, like I said, Real Madrid definitely is the one that we want to avoid. So when you look at the side of the bracket, look, there's one side of the bracket with Real Madrid. If we get PSG, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if we get PSG, we end up on the side of the bracket with Real Madrid. The thing though is the reality is we also want to win the Champions League. That's also how I feel. We're in this competition to win it. Therefore, should we be afraid of any opponent? I don't think so. You know, whether we face Real Madrid in the Champions League quarterfinals or the final, I almost think it's better to face them not in the final, because over 2 legs, I back us over this Real Madrid side. Whereas in a one-off final, like we saw in past years, they're just clutch in those finals. So honestly, maybe we'd rather face Real Madrid before the final, guys. What do you think? Let me know what you think. UCL draws on TNT Sports on YouTube. Okay, so for those of you not sure where to watch it as well, it is on TNT apparently. I think Real Madrid, Liverpool Champions League final. No, I don't want that, bro. I do not want that. I do not want that. Nah, I'm not about that. What team do you want? Like I said, I think Benfica would be the easier draw, no doubt about that. Because PSG, if you look at their 2025, they're really finding top form. So I would rather we avoid PSG. But at the same time, on a selfish point of view, the PSG game I would be able to go to, because that's very close to where I live. I have class. We need Benfica, says Kevin. Madrid's beating Munich. Are you serious? Yeah, we're going to know about all the other ones as well. So, guys, I'll keep you updated as it happens. I have it popped open. It hasn't officially started just yet. But how much until the draw starts? You know how these tend to drag on for just a little bit, you know? They tend to drag on just a little bit. Anybody knows? The Vicar, I cannot help you with that right there. I cannot help you. Who do you predict to be in the UCL final? My dream is Liverpool Barca. That would just be the dream, because I think in the final it would be one of the most entertaining. Yeah, it is on TNT. It's around 11 a.m. Yeah, but it's past 11 a.m. so it should be starting very, very soon right now. I don't know why it's not started yet, but hopefully very, very soon. Liverpool fan base, nice to see you in the building. What's good? Oh, I hope we beat them in the Joseph. I hope we especially beat them in the Carabao Cup final. That's the most important one, and in the Premier League, which we face very very soon. Is it okay if I support Real Madrid? Of course, we have fans from all over here in the building. Wow, guys, it looks like the draw. Let me tell you. Okay, there. It looks like it's getting started, you guys. I want everybody spamming in the building, by the way, where you're watching the UCL draw from around the world. I want to see where you guys are watching around the world. What time is it? In the UK, it was starting at 11 a.m. UK time. And so, yeah, it's 5 minutes past. And now the draw is officially starting, you guys. Yeah, this is the last draw because then we're going to know which team is on which bracket. So this is going to be the last draw. We're going to know exactly the path that we take to get to the final, basically. India in the building, Australia, Iceland, Oslo, Norway, Somalia, Israel. Was good, everybody. USA, it's 5 a.m. for you. Shout out. Yeah, so as he's saying right now, this draw is crucial for all of us because we're going to end up being able to path out, you know, which teams we could potentially face on the way to the final, which, by the way, is in Munich. The final is in Munich. And like I was saying before, I might rather play Real Madrid over 2 legs than a one-off game in the final. Let me know if you guys feel differently, but that's me personally. Maybe that's because of the past experiences and being and the pain. Would you get Benfica or PSG? I'm happy with both, honestly. But I think obviously the less difficult draw, I mean, let's not kid ourselves, is Benfica. There's no doubt about that. It is Benfica. Ireland in the building. We got Wales. What's good, Teska from Nepal, Botswana, Jordan. I agree with your opinion. Big up the Scouser. And imagine, especially the second leg. I'm not sure, Ashwini, about the Europa League draw, but yeah, guys, the fact too. Will you go to Munich if we get there? I hope so, bro. But getting tickets for finals is so impossible. Giovanni Elber is going to be doing the draw, you guys. Here we go, guys. The draw is about to start. Come on. Come on. Big up, Kwame. Bro, the tickets are like £800 this year. Nah, that's crazy. That's too much. That's way too much. That's what I mean. Like, maybe honestly going to Munich for the vibes and just like being there for the fan park and everything else, but paying that much for tickets, it's out of this world. Yeah, the draw is literally starting now. And it's happening in Switzerland. I don't know why I have my fingers crossed though, because like I told you guys, I'd be happy with either draw. But honestly, let's be real, Benfica would be easier. Look, LFC Beck says hoping we have Benfica. It would be the easier draw, no doubt about it. There's no doubt about that. They're doing some chit chat right now. As you know, they love to yap before a draw. They love to do a bit of yapping. Nah, Liverpool Benfica hasn't been. That's not true. We're in the winners, so the pots are based on where you finished, basically. We're obviously in the pot of winners from first and second place, which is us and Barcelona. Those are the two teams. And like I was telling you guys, that means we cannot, technically speaking, if both teams make their way to the final, we cannot face FC Barcelona until the final, which I think is just fantastic. Because like I told you, for me, my biggest dream for a final would be Liverpool Barca, because I just think that would be one for the history books. They're just two such classy teams. Leo, who would be your favorite picks for each team to be? Oof, that's tough. So for Benfica, Liverpool, for PSG, Barcelona, for Club Bruges, Lille, for Dortmund, Villa, for Real Madrid, I would want Atletico Madrid, the Madrid derby over 2 legs. For Leverkusen, no, actually switch that up. They already played together in the same leagues. Real Madrid, Leverkusen. No, you know what? I want Real Madrid to get knocked out, actually. I want Real Madrid to get Atletico because I think Atletico are such a tough team to face over two legs. So I really want Atletico to be knocked out, hopefully. Big up, Big D Mayor. Big D Mayor. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's really kind of you. Who says, who do you think is going to win the Champions League this year? I love watching your videos and watching you at my job in overnight. Big up to you. Where are you based, by the way, Mayor? Where are you based? I have to say, I think it's going to be one of these three teams. Liverpool, Barcelona, or Real Madrid. I hate to say it, but Real Madrid is just clutch in this competition. They're just clutch in this competition. But I'm going to go for Liverpool because... No, honestly, it's going to be Barca or Real... I don't know. I'm going to say Liverpool because, of course, I'm going to freaking believe in the Reds. But at the same time, I think because we're going to be so focused on winning the Premier League, that might give an advantage to whoever our opponent is in the semifinals. But let's see. Who do you think is going to win it? Guys, let us know in the building who you think is going to win it. So yeah, as they're showing right now, they're showing the seeded teams. Because we finish in first and FC Barcelona finish in second, those are the two teams that cannot face one another until the final. Iconic says, I think Liverpool will struggle against both away, but smash their opponents at home and win the tie. Well, Iconic, like I was saying, the great news is we already know this, and that's because we finish in first place. It's the advantage we get. The second leg will be played at Anfield. And that's why when you tell me either Benfica or PSG, not to underestimate them, not to disrespect them, but a second leg at Anfield, I'm always going to be confident. When the stage is set, always going to be confident. Critical Edit says, doesn't matter what the opponent we get, we played the second leg at Anfield. Exactly, bro. The only thing I'll say is Real Madrid are just the team I obviously want to avoid. So you were asking, yeah, which team do I want to face which? I want Real Madrid to get Atletico. Purely because I think that's one of the teams that can knock them out over two legs because they're just Diego Simeone is just such a tough team to play against, Diego Simeone's men, you know? So yeah, I'm going to say Real Madrid, Atletico, Bayern, Leverkusen. I want, and then it doesn't really matter after that. I think I would go Arsenal, PSV, Inter, Feyenoord. Those are all the matchups I want to see. Those are all the matchups. But yeah, guys, this is actually a really important draw because as look right there, you can see the different seeds. You can see that from after this draw, we're really gonna know which path we go on and which teams we could potentially face. So it's really, really crucial, this draw. Abdul says, Leo, if we get Benfica, Barca would have to face Real at the semifinals. That would be pretty unbelievable as well. Maybe that's really why we want Benfica too. God, I don't know. Honestly, all these games sound unbelievable. They haven't gotten picked yet, no. The draw is happening right now. They're just showing the different pairings is what's happening right now. They're literally just showing the pairings. Because of Anfield, yeah. I would like to see a Barca PSG matchup. So you want us, it seems like, yeah, a big majority of you guys, let's see, over 1,000 of you guys have voted, by the way. How do you do stickers? Danielle, by becoming a member. You can hit the join button to become a member. Let me check right now what the results are of the poll. I'm curious to see. What are the results of the poll? Who did you guys vote for? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I see 72% of you guys, after 1,100 votes, want Benfica. So that's what we're going for then, because I see a big majority of you guys want Benfica. Just before the draw's about to happen, I want everybody in the building to smash that thumbs up right now. Smash that thumbs up for some good luck so that we get the best possible seed and we get Benfica, because I see a big majority of you guys want Benfica, and I'm going to be with you guys because it is overriding PSG by long distance. Yeah, in England, it's on TNT1. Guys, the draw's about to start. The draw's about to start. Gabe thinks Sunderland's going to win the Champions League. Yeah, well, Sunderland has Jadon Dan, so it's possible. Guys, it's about to happen. The draw is about to happen. The draw is about to happen. Wow. I want PSG. I don't want the defensive mentality. Let's face everyone we can. Why not Madrid? Honestly, like I said, I think I would rather face Real Madrid over two legs, because if the second leg is at Anfield, I really back us. Whereas in a one-off final, they're just so clutch. Maybe that's why I'd rather we face PSG, because then we would face them in the semifinals instead of facing them in the final. So yeah, guys, we're really going to know a whole lot of things. I have a soft spot for Dortmund critical edits because of the fans. Here we go. First team has been drawn, and it's Aston Villa, you guys. Aston Villa is being drawn. Aston Villa is going to face Club Brugge. Aston Villa, guys, that's the very first draw. Aston Villa is going to face Club Brugge. Honestly, that's a W for Aston Villa. They could literally get to the next round. That would be crazy for Villa. Imagine you really do back Aston Villa. Not to underestimate Club Brugge, because honestly, they've done unbelievable things. But you'd back Aston Villa to beat Club Brugge over 2 legs. Wow. Lille Dortmund. Oh my God, I got to go to that game. Guys, the two teams I have a soft... Well, Lille is my second team. And then Dortmund is the team I have a soft spot for. Oh my God, I got to go to that game. Lille play against Dortmund. Bro. I'm going to message James. Guys, I'm messaging JSM44 after this to see if we can potentially go to that game. Dortmund Lille. Oh my God, Dortmund Lille is the game I want to go to. That's non-Liverpool this season. Oh my God, that's the game I want to go to. Yes, I do live in France. I live in Lille. I do, Kaza. Oh my God. Let's see. Are we going to be drawn? Right now, Atletico Madrid. Guys, Atletico Madrid just got drawn. Are they going to get Real Madrid? Real Madrid Atletico. That's great. Guys, I want everybody spamming W's in the building. And I say that because we don't want to face Real Madrid in the final. And them facing Atletico over 2 legs genuinely makes me believe that they could get knocked out by Diego Simeone's men. I think that's a fantastic. And Bayern Leverkusen, oh my... Bro, the Champions League is different gravy this season. The Champions League is different gravy this season. I want everybody spamming W's right now. I think that's fantastic news. So, confirmation, Real Madrid will face Atletico Madrid over 2 legs, and Bayern will face Leverkusen over 2 legs. And I genuinely think Leverkusen will knock them out. And I believe that Atletico could do an underdog job on Real Madrid. Oh my God. That's fantastic news for us. Simeone magic in the cup. And it looks like they're keeping Liverpool for last, by the way, you guys, for the draw. It looks like they're keeping Liverpool for last. Let's go. Come on. Arsenal, PSV. Okay, Arsenal get PSV. And that means Inter will play Feyenoord, right? Inter Milan is going to play Feyenoord. By the way, they just hired Robin van Persie as their manager. That literally got announced, I believe, yesterday by David Ornstein. We need this kind of gravy every year, bro. Bro, the new Champions League format, I don't care what people say, I'm a big fan of it. I understand it's frustrating that there's 2 extra games, but bro, the way the Champions League has been this season, and I look at the games, I want to watch so many of them. Bayern Leverkusen over 2 legs, Real Madrid Atletico, Lille Dortmund. Oh my God, the amount of games that got me hyped right now. The amount of games that got me hyped. Jeez. Who do we get? We get PSG. Liverpool get PSG. Oh my God. Liverpool's traveling to Paris. To Paris Saint-Germain. Oh God, the nerves are there. Guys, that is obviously the tougher draw that we could have gone. That is the much tougher draw that we could have gone. Because that means we could face Real Madrid. We could face Atletico. PSG. PSG, guys. What do you rate that out of 10? What do you rate that draw out of 10? I have mixed feelings right now. I have mixed feelings. Oh God, guys, that means we were gonna face Real Madrid before the final if they beat Atletico over 2 legs. What do you guys think? Liverpool against PSG. And I'll tell you exactly, by the way. Wait, let me go back here. Guys, we will face the winner. So quarterfinal 1. Guys, rate that out of 10. Oh God, you guys don't seem happy. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. And the reason is because we could have gotten the better draw in terms of Benfica. And the problem is the quarterfinal looks okay for us. Okay, if we beat Paris over 2 legs, we would face either Club Brugge. So we'd face Bruges or Aston Villa in the quarterfinal. But here's the tough one. The other side to get to the semifinal. So Real Madrid play Atletico Madrid. Arsenal play PSV. I back Arsenal to beat PSV. That means whoever wins between Real Madrid or Arsenal or Atletico Arsenal would go into the semifinal against us if we make it through. What do you guys think? What do you rate it? Big up Harry Sinclair. Thank you very much for the super chat, who says all the English teams are on the same side of the draw. That's true too. Guys, Villa, Liverpool, and Arsenal are all on the same side. That literally means we could have a Liverpool-Arsenal semi-final, and we could have a Liverpool-Villa quarterfinal over over 2 legs. That's crazy when you think about it. But for us, yeah, the reality is our quarterfinal isn't too difficult. Our quarterfinals, if we make it through PSG. But man, I don't know. I have mixed feelings right now, you guys. Real mixed feelings about that. I'm going to do everything I can to go to that game, though, because as you guys know, I am based in Paris, right near Paris, in Paris. So, what do you guys think? I want everybody rating it out of 10. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I gave it a 6 out of 10. What do you guys think? We got PSG. Yeah, Jalapeno. Let me go over it again for us, okay? Let me go over it just one more time. I'm going to go over all the different seeds. And remember, the Champions League final is going to be in Munich, okay? It's going to be in Munich. So, we have the round of 16 first matchup is PSG against Liverpool. The first game will be played at the Parc des Princes in Paris. The second leg will be played at Anfield. That's why I back us to beat PSG over 2 legs, especially because of the fact, like I said, the second leg is at Anfield, okay? Even though, like, definitely PSG are going to be a really tough team to beat over 2 legs because they're in incredible form this year. That's just the reality, okay? But the good news for us is then, if we manage to beat PSG over 2 legs, we would play the winner of the round of 16 second matchup, which is Club Brugge against Aston Villa. And my guess is that Villa will beat them over 2 legs, okay? I think they just have a lot more strength than Club Brugge, even though they've done unbelievably well to get there. So imagine we face Villa 4 times this season, and to face Villa in a quarterfinal of a Champions League, I did not expect that to happen in 2025. I got to be honest with you guys. Like you were just saying as well, all of the English teams are on the same side, which is pretty wild, okay? All the English teams are on the same side, and so then the round of 16 matchup number 3 is the Madrid derby. That's going to be one I don't think any of us are going to want to miss out on. Okay, that one's going to be completely wild. So it is Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. When I initially saw that, I was happy with it because genuinely, I think with the way Simeone sets up, Atletico are one of the toughest teams. We've gone knocked out by them in the past in the Champions League. They're incredibly difficult to play against, and because of how well they defend. And they have Alvarez now on the counter-attack too. So I genuinely think Atleti, who are doing well, very well in La Liga, by the way, they're still in the title race, very much so in the title race, could beat Real in this round of 16 fixture over 2 legs. Do you guys know, by the way, if the first leg of the Madrid derby is played in the Bernabeu or is it not? If you guys could let me know, because I don't know that. MTM, I prepared that ahead of time. I was preparing that last night. That video I prepared already last night. But yeah, so yeah, guys, if you could let me know the second leg where it's played, okay? Anyways, the round of 16 fourth matchup is PSV against Arsenal. I definitely back Arsenal to beat PSV over 2 legs. They'll just have too much strength, even without their key attacking players. That means that we could potentially see an Arsenal Real Madrid quarterfinal or Arsenal Atletico Madrid final, which is crazy. Quarterfinal, I'm saying, okay? Him Kong says, Leo, I would take the other side. That is why I would take the other side, because it's almost guaranteed until semifinal. You're saying our side then, right? Or no? Oh no, our side, you're the other side. I get what you're saying. No, but I back us to beat PSG over 2 legs. I'm sorry, I do. Bernabeu. Guys, first leg is apparently at the Bernabeu. At Real Madrid Stadium. Ahmed says, why do you hate Real Madrid? Because of the amount of times we've been knocked out and the amount of pain I felt from Real Madrid, and because of the lack of respect they showed at the Ballon d'Or. That's why I don't like Real Madrid, and that's why the one thing I want us to do is avoid Real Madrid. That's the reality. Okay, Madrid home. Okay, guys, Real Madrid. I back Atleti to beat them over 2 legs. I think we're on the best side. I disagree with you, what you were saying before. I understand the road to the semifinal would have been easier on the other side, but I think Real Madrid could get knocked out over 2 legs because the second leg isn't in their home stadium. And therefore, in the semifinal, we'd face either Atleti or Arsenal, who I would back us to beat. But anyways, let me continue. The other side of the bracket, which is the one we could have gone had we drawn up against Benfica. So the first matchup, round of 16, matchup 5, is obviously Benfica-Barcelona. Like I said, we cannot face Barcelona until the final or any of these teams on this bracket, okay? Round of 16, matchup 6 is Borussia Dortmund-Lille. Oh my God, I would love to go to that game. It is my dream to go to that game. I'm literally messaging James after this to see if we can go to that game. That is my dream. It's already happened, Fiona. The draw has already happened. We got PSG. So round of 16. So whoever wins between Borussia Dortmund and Lille, I'm going to be supporting Lille, will face Benfica or Barcelona, okay? Then the round of 16 matchup 7 is an all-German matchup between Bayern Munich and Leverkusen. And I actually think with the form Bayern are in right now, I think Leverkusen could do a job over 2 legs. Let's see. And then the last one, guys, is round of 16 matchup 8, which is Feyenoord against Inter. So that means that whoever wins between Bayern Leverkusen will face probably Inter. Let's be honest. Inter will probably beat Feyenoord over 2 legs. So what do you guys think? Real is favorite versus Atletico? I don't know, bro. Himkong, I'm not so sure. Because the second leg is at Atletico's ground, I've been there before. I think Real Madrid could get knocked out by them over 2 legs. I think this is good news for us. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Finish first and play one of the best teams in Europe the very next round. See, I disagree with that. Guys, I see a lot of people complaining that because we finished first, it's so unfair that we get this difficult draw in PSG. I don't agree, because having a second leg in your home stadium, for me, that's a massive advantage. We've seen the impact of Anfield in a second leg, and that's why I'm personally not worried about PSG. That's me personally. And I think it's a good draw for us. Again, because we have to look at the road to the final, not just the first game, you guys. We have to look at the whole picture. And I just read the whole picture out to you guys. That's it. So I disagree. Samin says we're done. If we somehow reach the semis, we're facing Real Madrid. Samin, I back Atletico Madrid to beat Real because the second leg's in their home. Truly. Still prefer the other side, but I back myself as the favorite. Let me see if I can pop open on the stream as well for you guys the exact paths just so that you guys can see. Yeah, look right here. Wait, let me find it. Let me find a better version. Hold on. Yeah, let me see if I can find the bracket so that you guys can see again. But man, imagine we see a final that's between... Okay, here we go. I'm pulling this open so you guys can clearly see it, guys. I'm about to pull up a graphic, which is going to be so easy for you guys to understand our road to the final, okay? I'm pulling it open right now, okay? Oop, that's way too big. Let me make that the right. Let me move over a little bit. Guys, let me know if you can see that. Let me know if you can see that. And the dates are below as well, which is great. As you can see, it's great for me too to see the dates. As you can see, the final is on May 31st. You get the dates for the semifinals, the quarterfinals, and obviously the round of 16 is right now. That's what we're seeing. Okay. Big up to you, Jalapeno. Thank you very much for the super chat. Who says, think from PSG's angle, facing us first is hitting them as hard as us facing them first. I think it's hitting them harder, Jalapeno. Genuinely. I think you cannot underestimate that thing of having the second leg in your home, especially when it's a ground where the atmosphere is different gravy on a European night. And you best believe Anfield is going to be rocking, guys, rocking. So I'm not worried, you know. Obviously, like, Ved says Luis Enrique is no joke. Even last season, they were purely unlucky against Dortmund. No, definitely a top manager. And PSG have been one of my best friends growing up. You know, we're obviously still very close. I was speaking to him literally yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, imagine we get each other in the draw. He's saying PSG are a better team this season than they were last season when they had Kylian Mbappe, which is crazy. But he's saying as a team, they play better, they defend better, and there's still a lot of firepower there. As you see, they literally scored 10 goals against Brest over 2 legs. 10-0 aggregate scoreline. That's how good of a team they are, you know? But I back us. Genuinely, Jalapeno. It's tricky, but any game at this stage of the Champions League format is going to be difficult in the knockout stages. And honestly, I disagree with people. Like I told you, I'll show you what the top comment in terms of Liverpool fan reaction. Let me tell you what the top comment is with people not being so happy. Let me show you. It's the number one comment is, how can you be top of the group stage and get one of the hardest teams? That's where I kind of disagree. Not to say that PSG aren't one of the hardest teams, but again, you have to look at your whole bracket. Look at our road to the semi-final. If we beat PSG, we play Bruges or Villa in the quarters. And then in the semi-final, yes, the semi-final will be very difficult. But by the semi-final stage, does anybody know if we know already if the semi-final for us will be at Anfield, the second leg, or not? Let me see if I can find that info for you guys. That would be big news for us. This draw has made Barcelona become big favorites to get to the final. Yeah, so our game against PSG, it's going to be on March, the day of the 4th or 5th of March, or the 11th and 12th of March. So it's very soon. Very, very soon. Let me see. Guys, do you guys has a very easy... Yeah, Him Kong, I agree. The other side of the bracket is way easier. Gakpo era, yes. But all I have in mind and all we should have in mind is how can we freaking win the Champions League, right? How can we win it? And to me, I would rather face... For me, the team that scares me the most by far in the Champions League is the second... Oh, are you joking? Guys, are you kidding that the second leg of the semi-final is going to be at Anfield? Do we already know that? Guys, do we already know that? I like your mentality. Yeah, bro, we have to think, how do we win the Champions League? And for me, genuinely, the only team I fear, and maybe that's history, but that plays a role in big competitions like this. It gives you confidence. History gives you confidence, is Real Madrid. And would I rather face Real Madrid over 2 legs? The second legs... Over 2 legs with the second leg at Anfield? Or would I rather face them in a one-off final? 2 legs with the second leg at Anfield. Are you joking? Wait, guys. You're joking that the second leg is at Anfield. Then I'm going to be the most hyped I've ever been. Oh my God, I'm making a video on that. Wait, guys, how did you get verification that the second leg is going to be at Anfield? Are you joking? Oh my God. Jalapeno says first and second of the league stage all have their second legs at their home. That's the biggest W I've ever heard. Alinos, I would much rather face Barcelona in a one-off final than Real Madrid because of history. Oh my God, are you joking? Guys, this is the best draw we could have gone. Genuinely, this is the best draw we could have gone. I'm going to make a video on that later. I swear to you. It should be at Anfield. I'm going to do research on this after. Or somebody needs to please correct me on that. But if the second leg is at Anfield against Real Madrid, that's a huge W for us. Nah, I'm really happy with this draw. I'm really, really happy with this draw. Is that not how it works? I need to see. All I know is that Atleti second leg is apparently at Atleti's ground, which I think means they could beat Real Madrid over 2 legs. Seriously, they get results over Real Madrid over the years. So that's going to be a fantastic one to watch together. I'm really happy with that draw, honestly. The Gakpo injury isn't serious though. He definitely probably won't be fit to start against City, but Slot said that he would probably return to first team training very soon. Very, very soon. What do you guys think? Barcelona, bro, get them out before the final. I disagree, Dark Flamed. I would rather, let's be real, it's probably Real Madrid or Barcelona in the final, whichever side of the bracket you look at. Let's be real with it, okay? This new form, me too, Planet Ball, this new format, I'm a fan of it, except for the fact there's 2 extra games. Otherwise, guys, can you please let me know though, is there a way for us? Mason, bro, the game's in Paris. Il est à Paris le match. The game is in Paris. Leo, mark my words, Barca out to Benfica, imagine. To be fair, Benfica did score 4 goals against Barca, but Barca scored 5, so no, I don't see that happening, I'm sorry. Apparently, all teams in top 8 have their second legs at home. Bro, can someone actually 1000% confirm that? Are all of our second legs going to be at Anfield, at home? I'm going to make a video on that if that's the case. That would be absolutely huge. Yes, they will be. Victoria, that was a great draw for you Villa fans. Really great draw for you. Second leg at Anfield. Wait, Mason, I know the second leg's at Anfield for the PSG games, but I'm asking for the semi-final. What will it be for the semi-final? Can somebody please check that? I'm asking not quarters. I'm asking semis. Quarters, I back us to do it over Bruges or Villa. No disrespect. But we're Liverpool. I'm only talking about quarterfinal is not, bro. All we care about is semi-final. I'm asking about the semi-final. Arsenal guaranteed more games in the UCL because of PSB tie. Helps us in the league. Definitely. I agree with that. Absolutely. You're right with that. Semi-final is second leg at home. Don't tell me that's actually true. Semi-final. Come on! That's huge. Guys, I'm going to make a video on that. You don't understand how important that is. You don't understand how important that is. I know we're in a hypothetical quarterfinal, right? I'm never going to disrespect the opponent, okay? But if we beat PSG and then we beat Club Brugge or Villa, which I back us to because we've seen how consistent we've been this season, I will back us to do it. If the second leg in the semifinals at Anfield, I back us to get to the final, genuinely. I really do. But guys, you best believe we're going to be doing watch-alongs for the Real Madrid Atleti games because, wow, those are going to be so important for us because they're probably going to decide who we play in the semifinal. No disrespect to Arsenal, but do I see Arsenal beating Real Madrid or Atleti over 2 legs? Probably not. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. You're not going to be happy with that. I'm sorry, but I'm just speaking the truth here. And yes, I might be a bit biased towards Liverpool, but that's life. That's life. GameSka, thank you very much for the super chat. Who says, who do you think will win the Champions League? Be honest. I think it's going to be Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Liverpool. One of the three. One of the three. And my biggest hope is that if it's not Real Madrid, that Real Madrid just don't get to the final, because if they do, I think they'll win it. I think Real Madrid are that clutch. And you see them, you watch them against Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe is now finding his form. They're doing better. Some of their players are coming back. Real Madrid are going to be incredibly difficult. And you know how they are in this competition. You know how they are. And Kylian Mbappe is the type of player that's going to rise in those big games like he did against City. That's just the reality. So I think it's going to be one of those three. And I agree with you guys that Barca have a very, 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 very good chance of just getting to the final. But guys, don't underestimate Inter Milan either, because they've done really well in the Champions League, and you know how good they are defensively. Nous devons montrer à la France que Liverpool est la meilleure équipe du monde. Absolument, bro. Absolument. Mason is saying, we got to show all of France that Liverpool is the best team in the world. I love that. And bro, I'm going to try to go to the game because it's in Paris. I'm not far away from that at all, but getting tickets is probably going to be crazy, but I'm going to do everything I can. Yo, what's up, Scotty? What's good? El Clasico final. Nah, I'm not about that. We want Liverpool in the final. I'm not about that. But man, I don't know about you guys. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing at looking at our path to the final. I am. Because you guys are saying I'm going to research it after the live is done because I need to be 1000% sure it's facts and not just like rumors. But if the second leg of the semifinals at Anfield, for me, that's the biggest game changer because we know the power of Anfield. Game Scott, thank you again for the super chat, who says, I was thinking the same. Definitely. Liverpool for Life says, hello, Leo. Sorry, I missed it. I was doing something. Seeing we are playing against PSG. Thoughts? I'm really happy with it. Like I said, in my opinion, it's not just the one matchup because whoever we're going to get between Benfica and PSG, not to be cocky, I'm going to go into it being knowing we have to be super careful because of how good they can be on their day. But I backed us, whether we got Benfica or PSG, to win over 2 legs. For me, that's just my deep down feeling, okay? Therefore, the side of the bracket we're on, I'm really happy with it. I really am. Ashwini, because I prepared it all ahead of time. Basically, I prepped it last night. So I prepped 2 videos. I prepped 1 video in case we got Benfica and 1 video in case we got PSG. Yo, bye the Scouser. I'll see you on Sunday for the huge game. Yes, Joseph, see you soon. Milky Dory says, please Nah, Milky Dory, it's okay. But yeah, Kingsley, please don't spam, okay? We said no spamming. Right now, we're too concentrated for some bingo. Leo, thoughts on Lille getting Dortmund? I'm so hyped because Lille are my second team. They're my team in France. And then Dortmund is the team I have a soft spot for. So literally, I would say that my 3 favorite club teams on planet Earth are Liverpool, Lille, and Dortmund. So it's going to be really special. Shout out to Algeria, bro. I was just saying the other day I would love to visit Algeria because I heard so many good things about Algerian people. Ici, c'est Paris. Nah. Nah. Lille are a good team, for sure. Lille are a good team. But, I mean, I say my second team, but the reality, guys, is I'm so invested in Liverpool that I don't watch the Lille games. I just don't have time. You know, I don't have time to. So I say a second team, but it's not enough of my second team to say I'm a true fan because I don't watch all the games. To me, like, you have to be watching a lot of the games. You know what I mean? But obviously, I want Lille to do well, and I always look out for the results and everything like that. But I gotta say, that game, Dortmund-Lille, I would love to go to that one. I would really love to go to that one. Liverpool versus Real Madrid semi-final. No, Barty, don't say that, bro. Do not say that. Bayern Munich. I want to Bapat, but honestly, I've kind of been all over the place from a personal standpoint this season because I've been moving apartments and I'm not even I'm moving again tomorrow, so it's just very I'm a bit all over the place, and that's what makes it hard to plan trips, and also with how expensive tickets are this season because of how well we're doing. So it's a mix of all those things. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. Alino says, I like Dortmund as well because Karim Adeyemi is half Romanian, but I can't see Dortmund do great things. You never know. Look at what they did in the Champions League last season. You never know what's going to happen in the Champions League. Mason says, bro, it's better to buy tickets in PSG store or Liverpool. I know it's impossible with Liverpool, so Mason, PSG. PSG, because it'll be freaking impossible, trust me, in the Liverpool website. And bro, message me because I'm going to try to do it too. Even if it's in the PSG end, I don't care, bro. I want to go to that game in the Parc des Princes because I'm going to be in Paris by that time. Next month, I'm going to be living in Paris back home. So I'm literally going to be in the city of where the game's happening. I have to go to that game. I have to find a way. Jalapeno, thank you very much for the super chat, who says, what Sky said, both first and second will get to play the second leg of the last 16 tie at home. I think it's only the round of 16, unfortunately, but websites are saying different things. Jalapeno, you best believe after this, guys, I'm going to research that because if it's true, then I'm going to make a video on that because I think it would be the biggest W if our semi-final second leg is at Anfield. I'm not even that fussed about the quarterfinal, and that's not to underestimate PSG. It's not to underestimate Club Brugge or Villa, because look how well Villa did against us midweek. But I think when push comes to shove, yeah, bro, we got to go. When push comes to shove, I think we beat those three teams over 2 legs, even if the second leg is not at home. But the semifinals is another story, because like I said, for me, the 3 teams that can win the Champions League this season are Barca, Real Madrid, and Liverpool. That's my personal opinion. That's it. But again, it doesn't mean that I'm right, because we know how unpredictable the Champions League is. That's what makes it so beautiful. Yeah, the Newcastle game is going to be massive, but I'm not even thinking about that. All I have my eyes on now is Sunday against City. What's the price of tickets for the Champions League final, bro? You don't even want to know. Like, I think the minimum it's £800, but that's if you win the lottery. Otherwise, the resale market will probably be something like £4,000. That's what I saw. I went to the 2022 Champions League final, Liverpool Real Madrid, the one in Paris, and I paid €600, so that's probably what, £500. I had saved up for that. And the only reason I was able to get it for that price is because I won the Champions League lottery. Otherwise, they would have cost 4 to 5 grand. I'm not even joking. Those are the prices I saw people talking about. Genuinely, it's wild. Big up Liverpool fan 01, you freaking legend. I want everybody spamming W's, guys. Legend on the channel who helped make so many of the stickers as well, who says back to funding your bills. Liverpool fan 01, I want W's in the building for you and the support and how much you mean to the community, to the building, to the channel. Big up to you. Thank you to Yazid for the super chat, who says, are we going to play the second leg at home semi-final? That's what I'm trying to figure out, Yazid, okay? Boat Legacy says, as a Parisian, I almost feel bad for Liverpool. Why, bro? PSG should fear us. PSG should fear us. And they do fear us because, like I told you, my best friend growing up, he's a huge PSG fan. We spoke last night, and he told me the team he least wants to face is Liverpool. Obviously, PSG were 50-50 to get Liverpool or Barca. He wanted Barca, and that just tells you he's not biased. He's a PSG fan. He would have rather faced Barca than Liverpool, and that shows how much teams respect Arne Slot's side this season from seeing how consistent we've been. That's the respect they have. And that's the confidence we have to have in ourselves. Like I said, I think it's okay to be confident without being cocky or without thinking that you're much better than the other side. Just having confidence that your ability is above the other team when you're on your game. That's it. But you have to be at your 100%, obviously, mentally and physically. And that's what we'll be, because Arne Slot sees the path and he sees it's possible for us to do it. Just Meme says this is the best draw. You would rather play Real Madrid in the semi-final. Plus, we're winning against PSG because they play us Anfield second leg and quarters as well. We will win. Just Memes, that's what I was thinking. For me, I'm not thinking about the round of 16 game, because I'm telling you, the whole reaction on Twitter, online, I just read comments, the overarching kind of reaction I see from Liverpool fans is, wow, how could you finish first and get such a difficult first draw in PSG? But that's not how we should look at it. We should look at it as we could beat over 2 legs, especially second leg at Anfield, Benfica and PSG. Therefore, then it's more about the path to the final. And me personally, the last thing, I told you guys this before, I just don't want to face Real Madrid in a Champions League final ever, because there's no doubt they're the clutchest team in the history. It's why they've won, what, 15 Champions Leagues? Nobody comes near them. And if we have to face them, I would much rather have to face them over 2 legs before a final than in the final. That's me personally. Like I say that with full confidence and belief. Like, for me, there's 0 doubt about that. Big up to you, Harry Sinclair. Thank you again for the super chat, who says, I went last year and paid £600. Bought from UEFA's website. Secondhand is going to get crazy expensive. Yeah. So, Harry Sinclair, did you do the UEFA lottery then? You must have done the UEFA lottery, because that's what I did when I won in 2022. And I paid €600, so around the same price. Leo, we welcome you to the park. I can't wait, bro. I'm going to do everything I can to go to that game. Spot on about the two legs. Yeah, bro. Seriously. Aston Villa versus Liverpool in the quarterfinals. That would be wild, bro. And if it's Liverpool Club Bruges, it mean we'd be up against Simon Mignolet again. He would come back to Anfield if it happened. Barath, we need to be 100% sure. If we do beat any of the Madrid teams in the semi-final, we'll face Barca in the final. That'll be insane. Or it could be Arsenal in the semi-final. But yeah, bro, it would be insane. I told you guys, my biggest dream, I think since I've been very little, I've always not had a soft spot, but I always would watch Barcelona over the years because of the incredible players they've had and the football they played. So for us to play Barca in a final, for me, that would just be stuff of dreams. Like, genuinely, it would be the biggest dream in terms of a matchup I can imagine for the single most important game in club football. Your semis predictions, mate? Babat, Liverpool, Atleti. that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for that because, like I told you guys, the fact that Real Madrid have to play the second leg at Atletico Madrid's ground, that gives me confidence personally. That if there's any team to beat them, of all of them, it would have been Barca or Atleti for me. Those are the only teams that could have knocked out Real Madrid, in my opinion, and us. I will check PSG store every second. Yeah, Mason, please let me know, bro, because I would buy tickets too. But I don't know if you have to be a member or what. I don't know how that will work, bro. We gotta look into it because definitely we gotta go. Robbo versus Dembele, who you backing? All I'm gonna say is Andrew is Robbo's gonna need a lot of support that day because Dembele has been arguably the most informed player in 2025 alongside Mohamed Salah. That's how good he's been in this calendar year. I know we're only in February, but he's just been on fire. Your quarterfinal predictions, mate? I think Liverpool Villa. I think it's going to be Liverpool Villa, which is going to be tough because we literally faced them. The only thing is I think we're too strong for them at Anfield. I think going to Villa Park, we literally experienced it on Wednesday night. We couldn't beat them. But I think at Anfield, we beat Villa. So I'm not too worried about them over two legs. Harry Sinclair, thank you very much for the super chat. Who says I didn't win the Bali, but you can get them from UEFA's website from people that changed their mind. Ah, okay. Oh wow, that's cool. So that's not. Wait, I'll check now on PSG's website. Yeah, please do, bro. Sharon says your round of 16 prediction. So I'm going Liverpool to beat PSG. I'm going Villa to beat Club Brugge. I'm going Atleti to beat Real Madrid. Oh god, that might just be being hopeful. I'm going Arsenal to beat PSV, which would be good for us, by the way, in the title race because we want Arsenal to have more games. Their squad is already so thin. So I genuinely want Arsenal to beat PSV, genuinely. Barca to beat Benfica. As much as I want Lille to beat Dortmund, I think Dortmund will beat them over two legs because they've been so good in the Champions League this season. And I think it's going to be one too far for Lille, but it hurts me to say that because I love Lille, but that's my honest prediction. Then Bayern Leverkusen, I think it's going to be Leverkusen. And then Inter Feyenoord, I think it's going to be Inter Milan. My boy Thomas is going to kill me because he's the biggest Lille fan and I love Lille, but that's just my honest. Yeah, we got PSG, bro. We got Paris Saint-Germain. Alina says Villa had some great chances as well. Let's not forget Villa had 2 goals. Yeah, Alina's completely. But in the home leg, it was a comfortable win. If you think back to that game, it was a comfortable win. And if David Coote wasn't the ref, I think it was Leon Bailey that took Salah down last man. They could have been a man down, so it could have been a much bigger win as well. You know, the chance that Darwin ended up scoring against Villa earlier in the season. So over 2 legs, I really do back us to beat. Liverpool fans 01 says 500 euros for 2 tickets is crazy for the round of 16. Is it that expensive? Which website are you checking right now, Liverpool fan? Jalapeno says all we gotta hope is we don't face Madrid in the final if we get there. We can't. Jalapeno. That's what I was genuinely saying. The only time we could face Real Madrid, because we know the brackets now, would be Real Madrid in the semi-final. That's it. The team that we're most likely to face in the final now, in my opinion, it's Barca or Inter Milan. Those are the 2 teams, I think. if we make it to the final. We can't face Real Madrid in the final, Jalapeno. That's what I was saying. You think Lille will beat Dortmund? I hope so, Planet Ball. I'm definitely not writing them off. I think it's going to be an incredibly close tie, and I'm definitely going to watch those games. If they're not on the same night, fingers crossed, the Lille-Dortmund games aren't at the same kickoff times as Liverpool, because I definitely want to watch those games. And I'm going to be supporting Lille. I know, Leo, but something happens with us. We don't play the same football like last few months ago, and those middle-range teams are playing well. Look at Bournemouth, Forest, Villa. Alinus, I agree. In recent games, we haven't been that same team. Defensively and offensively, I would say, honestly. Like, even Ibu and Virgil, the last few games, haven't looked as much of, like, rock solid as they usually do. But I think it's a blip. I think we're going to be back at our best come the real business end of the season. That's me personally. Maybe it's because I'm a biased Liverpool fan, but Alinus, I truly back our team to rise when the pressure's there, and that's because of the type of characters we have within our team, like Virgil, like Alisson, like Mohamed Salah, and then the way Arne Slot is as a manager, his calmness, his control style of football. I just think it's suited for second halves of the season, and I back us. I really, really do. I do. But again, without ever underestimating any opponent, because I think this weekend, I was looking at it. I want to see if you guys have ball knowledge, by the way, around Liverpool. I was looking at this weekend, and the reality is I'm not that confident that we'll beat City. I'm obviously going to believe we can beat City. Am I confident? Not right now. And I say that because we haven't beat City. You know what? I'll just tell you, because I was looking at it yesterday. We haven't beat City at the Etihad in the Premier League since 2015. Now, the little trivia question I have for you guys: do you remember what the score was that day when we beat them at the Etihad? It was in 2015, early days of Klopp. The only other time we beat them at the Etihad was in 2018 in the Champions League's second leg, 2-1. Remember Mohamed Salah with the dink, and then he celebrated in front of the away end. Oh God. Mason says, bro, I just went to the PSG website. There's already a queue just to access the sites. No. Bro, I want to go to that game. Yup. Big up to OK45. You got it first. The score was indeed 4-1 that day. We beat them 4-1. Bobby scored. But yeah, it just shows. I know Real Madrid haven't been themselves this season. I'm going to believe. But I'm not that confident is all I'm going to say. Doesn't mean I'm not going to believe. And I expect us to come away with a win. But like I said, yeah, Firmino, Alinos, what a great... Those were early. Remember when Bobby had that haircut? But yeah, it just shows how difficult it'll be. And I think City will be desperate to make things right at home after being knocked out so convincingly by Real Madrid midweek. They lost 6-3 on aggregate, and Real Madrid were the better side over two legs. Pep Guardiola won't be happy. The team has started to look better now with the new signings in the Premier League. They got a big win against Newcastle. Trust me, this Sunday is going to be incredibly difficult. Does that mean I'm not going to believe? Of course I'm going to believe. I go into every game wanting and believing that Liverpool will win. I'm just deep down, I'm not confident because we just haven't gotten the job done over there in recent times. But hopefully the new manager means that there's new ideas that will make it harder for Pep to play against us. We did, to be fair, convincingly beat them at Anfield. But as we know, playing them at the Etihad and playing them at Anfield are two totally different games, if we're being real. We've seen that over the years under Klopp. Yazzie, thank you very much for the super chat. You're going for a 2-1 prediction this weekend? Oh my God, I would love that. I'm already nervous for that game, you guys. It's so important. Adina says, yeah, and I remember that everybody was on him like they are Nunez now, and Bobby scored 2 goals that game. There you are, Alinas. We're getting a draw. Alinas, just imagine the scenes if Darwin scores against City now. Oh my God, I would love to see that. And then he goes like this. Imagine the scenes. That would be unbelievable. Because listen, last time he was most under pressure was before the Brentford game, and he went on to score 2 goals. So fingers crossed the same thing happens this time around, and he's just desperate to make amends for the miss against Villa. Samin says, Leo, we're getting a draw against City. No way we're winning when we have 0 good strikers. Come on, that's not true. Mohamed Salah, in my opinion, is a striker. When you look at his stats, he's the definition of a striker. I know he's a winger, but to me, he's a striker. And if Mohamed Salah gets one chance against City, I back him to score it. So nah, for me, I said it in the Villa game, and I say it again this weekend. I'm never worried about us scoring because of Mohamed Salah. I agree, our other strikers aren't on it. Look, Lucho down the middle clearly doesn't work. Jota isn't his best self right now. Darwin clearly not his best self either. Gakpo's not going to be fit enough to start. But for me, when you have Mohamed Salah, he's the best player on the planet. You give him one chance, he'll score it. And that's why I'm confident we can score away at City. What am I less confident about? Defensively. The last few games, we haven't looked like ourselves defensively. And that for me is the bigger concern. I never am worried about us scoring goals. If we keep a clean sheet on Sunday, I think we come away with the 3 points, genuinely. Just like I said before the Villa game, if we kept a clean sheet against them, we would have won 2-0. You know what I mean? And Salah was involved in both goals. And that's what I mean. For me, it's much more a question of defense first. How can we bring back that defensive stability? I thought Ibu Konate coming back into the side would mean that defensive stability would be there, but it hasn't been the last few games. Let's be real. It's felt more shaky than usual, and that's what surprises me, you know? But I back them to get back to their best selves. I'm not so worried. Genuinely, I'm not so worried. But for me, if I was Slot and our coaching team, I'm like, how can we fight blood, sweat, and tears on Sunday to come away with a clean sheet? Because like I said, for me, that's 3 points. Because we have Mohamed Salah. And let's not kid ourselves. Lucho, we do have, even though some of those other players, we were talking about Jota, I think the front three will be Lucho on the left, Jota down the middle, Mohamed Salah on the right. Even though Jota and Lucho aren't in the best goal scoring form, they still provide a threat. Let's not kid ourselves, you guys. Let's not kid ourselves. Jalapeno says there's so much unnecessary hate towards Darwin. We collectively support him more than he'd most likely be better. Definitely, Jalapeno. That's why me personally, I'm never going to gear hate towards a player ever. And you've seen me since day one on this channel, since I've gone live for games, and you've seen me through all the different emotions. I've never gone out against a single player, because for me, that's not the Liverpool way. That's just not the Liverpool way. You know? Until the player for me is no longer wearing the Liverpool shirt, I'm not going to throw unnecessary hate towards them. What I will say is they're not good enough. Listen, I'm not saying Darwin deserves to start on Sunday or whatever. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's not good enough recently. But am I going to throw hate at him and say, sell him? Nah. Because he's still going to be a Liverpool player now until the summer. And my personal prediction is he will leave in the summer. But the reality is he's going to be a player now until the end of the season. And what's going to help him more from a Liverpool point of view? And all I want him, and I know all I want us, is for Liverpool to be successful. What's going to help him more? For us to launch more attacks towards him, to make him feel even more down, or to support him and say, listen, you haven't been good enough, but we're still going to show you love because we still believe you can make an impact for us like you did in the Brentford game not that long ago. That's the way I see it. That doesn't mean I think he's good enough to be Liverpool's starting number 9. I think you have to see a difference between the two. I don't think he's good enough to be Liverpool's starting number 9. And with his inconsistency, I don't think he's good enough to be a Liverpool starter either. That's just facts. You know? But I also think, like I said, for me, the Liverpool way is to never launch hate or never to single out a single player after a performance. Because for me, after the Villa game, the next day when the emotions went away after that miss, my thought was, if you score 2 goals and you're Liverpool Football Club and you have a spine of Alisson, Ibu and Virgil, you should come away with a win. That's my personal opinion. You score 2 goals, you should come away with a win. But we conceded 2. That for me, nobody's talking about. Everybody's only talking about the Darwin miss. But guess what? We conceded 2 goals. And that's not good enough. When you have that good of a spine, like I said, and how we used to be keeping clean sheets. For me, that's it. Like I said, on Sunday, if we keep a clean sheet, we come away with the 3 points. That's my personal opinion, and I feel really confident about it. Arino says, I believe Darwin needs to be respected and supported. To be honest, bro, I can't see that in our own fan base. Just can't. This is why I hope we'll sell him in the summer so he can go somewhere else and do his job. Arinos, I also think he doesn't fit Slot's style of play. And the reason I say that is because I think Slot's energy is an embodiment of the way he wants his team to play. And I think he wants his team to play without too much emotion when it's not needed. And the reality is, I think Darwin is the most emotional player on our team. And that's why the hate that's being geared towards him, it's going to affect him so deeply, because I think he's the most emotional one. But I don't think Slot likes that about him. I think Slot wants killers in his team, because for me, he has a killer mentality. He has no loyalty to players. For him, it's going to be, you perform for me, I play you. You hear him in press conference, he's brutally honest. And I think if that's how he is in front of media, imagine how he is behind the scenes. I think that means behind the scenes, he's incredibly, even more brutal, even more honest. And I think the relationship, we obviously don't know what happens behind the scenes, but my personal opinion is he's not meant for slot ball. That's my personal opinion. And therefore, I think he will leave in the summer. Big up Liverpool fan 01. Thank you for the super chat again. Who says, I'm going to try to go to the away leg. By the way, my score prediction for the first leg is 3-1 for us. Are you saying away from home? 3-1 for us in the first leg. So you're saying against PSG, you think we win 3-1 in the Parc des Princes? Wow, you're confident. My score prediction is a draw, I think. That would be insane if we came with a win. I'm not so sure about that. Liverpool, Sharon, I can't think about the Carabao Cup final right now. All I have my eyes on is the City game. I can't think that far ahead. It's too difficult for me to do that. I'm sorry, it's just too difficult. I think, as a general thing, like I was saying, I think emotional players aren't meant for slot ball. I think emotional players aren't meant for slot ball, and that's because it is this thing, like when you watch Liverpool live this season, and guys, for those of you that got to watch Liverpool live, tell me, but it's almost feels robotic in how like for me it's the opposite in kind of the mentality under Klopp is how I see it, genuinely. Not in desire, in this like calmness and putting emotion aside, because you know in key moments of games you have to be 100% mentally focused. And what for me is the two best examples in our squad of a dream slot player, and I don't just mean that because of their elite ability, I'm talking about the elite mentality. Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah don't seem phased by what happens in a game. They're just 100% focused on the present moment. And for me, that's their world-class mental ability of being able to remain in the present and not get carried away by emotion. That's what I believe. And that's why I think they're the two best in the world in their positions, because of not just their ability, but I think their mentality. You look at Virgil's raise to the top. Same with Mohamed Salah. What do I think got them to the top? I don't think it was their pure ability, because you look at 21-year-old Mohamed Salah. Did most people in football know who he was? No. Did most people in football know what 21-year-old Virgil was? No. What got them to the top? Their mentality. You look, they had their ups and downs. Mohamed Salah got sold by Chelsea. He didn't make it there. Virgil played for a number of Dutch teams. He played for Celtic. His rise to the top was not a usual one. What got them there, in my opinion, 1000% their mentality. Their mentality. And he will love that so much, Slot will. Yazid says, who do you think will sign next summer? Yazid, I think we're going to make a lot of signings this summer. And not because I'm telling you, oh, there's this like huge war chest that's waiting for us, because we know our owners don't do that. I think it's because we're going to be selling a lot of players. And we are a club, when we sell, we do buy. And I think Darwin will leave. I think one of the other attackers could leave, whether that be Chiesa, Jota, or Lucho. One of them, I think, will leave. I think there's a good chance either Endo or Harvey Elliott leave for more first-team football. I think Tyler Morton will leave. I think one of Costas or Robbo will leave. And I think there's a good chance Trent leaves. And I think Kelleher will leave. So that's so many players that will leave, that will free up a lot of wages and a lot of money for us to dip into the market and buy players in those certain positions. That's my personal opinion. I obviously don't know any more than you guys and the reports we're seeing, but that's me personally. Big up Diddy. Thank you for the super chat. Who says, what is that username, bro? Who says, doesn't feel right with the derbies being played in the UCL round of 16. Yeah, it feels a bit odd, but Diddy, honestly, I'm most focused on Liverpool winning the Champions League. And when I first heard that Real will play Atleti over 2 legs and that the second leg will be at Atletico Madrid's ground, for me, that brought me a massive buzz. And the reason I say that is because I want Real Madrid to be knocked out as soon as possible. No, sorry, I just want, there's no A or B. I can do that over 2 legs is Diego Simeone, because he's incredibly tough to play against. And they're doing incredibly well in La Liga this season as well. So I think there's a real good chance they knock. I really think there's a good chance he knocks Carlo Ancelotti out. Genuinely. I think that's completely, but what I love about the players that Klopp got made world class, the likes of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Virgil, like you're saying, is also their rise to greatness. I just think it's beautiful when you see, when I specifically talked about Mohamed Salah and Virgil's trajectories, but like I said, most people within football did not know who they were at 21, 22 years old. And for me, that makes it even more impressive, because it's not like they were some wonder kids, you know. They really had to fight for where they are today, and that's all based on mentality. Because to be a Premier League player, your ability already has to be on such a high level. I think what makes the difference after that is the mentality, genuinely. Look, Mohamed says Carlo Ancelotti's record against Simeone is not great. That's another reason. I feel like the amount of times I've watched where Real Madrid have struggled against Atleti is what makes me confident that Real Madrid will get knocked out. And that's why I'm personally really happy with the draw. That Real Madrid got such a tough draw. Babat says, Leo, I'm going to be honest, our attack, including Salah, was below par against Villa. Completely disagree. I completely disagree, because for me, if you're an attacker and you get 2 goal contributions in a game and you're one of the best teams in the world, you should win that game. Win that game. Babat, Mohamed Salah's sole mission as an attacker is to make a difference for us in the final third. And he did twice against a very good Villa team, right? For me, you'll have to give Salah a 9 or 10 out of 10 for that performance. Because, again, you might watch his dribbling, whatever it may be. You're like, oh, he didn't have that many flashy moments. All that matters is putting the ball in the back of the net. That's it. You can be as flashy as you want, like Eden Hazard. Give me Mohamed Salah. Give me Mohamed Salah. And to say you're below par against Villa and you get 2 goal contributions, nah, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For me, he did more than enough to get us the win. It's the team that let him down. And again, I say the team, not just Darwin, our midfield and defense. Well, you defend as a whole team. Also, the attackers have to defend, but we should not be conceding 2, is my personal opinion. And nobody was talking about that after the Villa game, by the way. Nobody. Everybody just points their finger at one person because it's so easy and it's so lazy. You know? I 1000% agree. If we didn't have Salah this season, we would be struggling. We would be in such a different place. He's the only one that's been consistent in the attack for us this season. I don't think Bournemouth will get Champions League next season, but I think Europa League's possible, for sure. I'm going to the first leg. Let's go, Jude. Wait, you're going to the first leg? How did you get tickets for the game in Paris? Because I'm going to do everything I can to try to get tickets. How are you able to do that? How are you able to? This could be, by the way, people are saying this could be the craziest week ever. Liverpool could potentially play Arsenal in the UCL semi-final second leg at Anfield on the 7th of May. Obviously, this is if Arsenal or if we get to the semi-final, but let's just say we do. So on the 7th of May, we'd play the second leg at Anfield. Oh my God, it really is at Anfield. 3 days later, the 10th of May, Liverpool play Arsenal at Anfield for the Premier League title clash. That could be the craziest week in the history of Liverpool Football Club. Oh my God. And some people seem to be convinced. Questionable 11 LFC. What happened is we got drawn to face PSG, and which means we're on the side. As you can see, we're on that left side, which means if we go through, we'd face the winner of Villa or Club Brugge, and then we could face either Arsenal, PSV, Atleti, or Real in the semi-final. Thank you very much, Yasid. I appreciate the kind words and the support. It means a whole lot. Big up to you, Yasid. I want W's in the building. Amar, I'm nervous for the game already this weekend. I'm already nervous. PSG is not easy. Definitely not. Definitely not. Alinus, I'm saying the team let him down defensively, because Alinus, you can't tell me if you're one of the best teams on planet Earth and you score 2 goals. For me, you have to win the game. Because if you want to win the biggest titles, you have to be solid defensively, and that's a team effort. And for me, a player of Mohamed Salah's qualities, his main mission is getting those goal contributions, and he's doing it every single match day. That's why I think you can't say that he didn't do his job against Villa. He didn't do his elite job against Villa. I disagree with that. He delivered. Yeah, I do think there's going to be a video. I prepared our video already to come out later today. I think Darwin will win. I think Darwin will leave this summer. That's my personal prediction, and a lot of reports are saying that it'll probably happen. Yo, Just Henry, nice to see you in the building. What's good? Yes, my real name is Leo. Who are you most worried about on the Paris team? I think Barcola. No, sorry. Yeah, Barcola or Dembele out of the attacking players. Otherwise, João Neves is an incredible talent. And he scored, for example, against City. He's a very, very good player. So, yeah, no. PSG, in terms of manager and team, they're going to be incredibly difficult to beat. There's no doubt about that. They're going to be incredibly difficult to beat. Yazid says JSM 44 is in the chat. I think it's the fake JSM though. I think it's the fake JSM. It is, because otherwise you would have a check next to his name. Marlon says, Endo, you're just sending Wataru love in the building. You're just sending Wataru love. Wait, I wanted to check. Guys, I'm trying to see any potential semifinal. See Liverpool play in the second leg. That's so huge for us, guys. There's confirmation of that. Guys, that's huge for us. Have we ever faced PSG before? Yeah, many times. Deliora. The most recent time, let me think. We faced them. You know the Bobby goal like this. We beat them 3-2 at Anfield. It was like that. That was his iconic celebration. That came from the game against PSV. And Kvaradona obviously is a player to watch out too. But yeah, guys, like I was saying, there's official confirmation. It seems that the second leg of the semi-final will be played at home, which would be at Anfield, which is so huge for us. Oh my god, that's huge. That's huge. Guys, that's really, really huge. Look. For info, we've been drawn. The second leg here of the PSG game will be at Anfield. In the quarterfinal, the first leg will be at Anfield. But then in the semifinal, the second leg will be at Anfield. Guys, I'm feeling confident. I'm sorry. I am. Son, thank you very much for the super chat who says, we are Liverpool. I think we can do a historic win and win the Champions League because Milan is glazing. They're one Champions League over us. Let's freaking go. Guys, that for me, I think I need to make a video on just that because a lot of people don't seem to be fully aware of that. But genuinely, you guys, genuinely, wow. That is huge. The fact that the semi-final second leg, if we are to get there, will be at Anfield. That deserves a video in and of itself. For me, that's monumental. That is monumental in my opinion. But what did I want to check? Oh. Do you think Dembele would be... I think he's going to be one of their biggest threats, but I think we'll be ready for that, you know? That attack of Barcola, Quaradona, and Dembele is going to be incredibly difficult to face against, but we know in the latter rounds of the Champions League, we should expect that. That's life when you're in the most difficult competition in the world. That's normal. Kloppaholic says, I'm excited. Me too. I'm really excited too. I'm really excited too. Hopefully Atleti beat them before then, okay? Because on our side of the bracket, the team I fear the most is Real Madrid, and that's what I'm going to put in the video as well. But let me take a pic of this. Like I told you, if Arsenal make it to the semi-final, it would be crazy. Because like I said, we could face in a second leg semi-final. Wait, let me see if I can find that again. Yeah, this. Liverpool could potentially play Arsenal in the UCL semi-final second leg at Anfield on the 7th of May. 3 days later, 10th of May, Liverpool will play Arsenal at Anfield for the potential Premier League title clash. How crazy is that? Leo, did they say when the matches are? Yes, as you can see at the bottom there. It's going to be the days of the 4th and 5th of March, and then the 11th and 12th of March. So very, very soon, son. Like, genuinely, it's in a few weeks. And they're going to come 1 week after another. So as you can tell, yeah, 4th and 5th of March is going to be the first legs. 11th and 12th of March, second legs. And I'm literally going to be in Paris during that time. So I'm going to do everything I can to go to that game. But honestly, getting tickets is so crazy that I don't know if it's going to be possible. But we have to see. Yo, Go12, nice to see you in the building. Who says, Leo, how we doing? I believe in the squad. We can get through PSG. Alinos, I gotta be honest, I haven't watched him enough to have an opinion. Are you going to the Liverpool game in Paris? Because I want to, but it all depends on the tickets. Like I said, it all depends on the tickets. But yeah, you guys, I will be making a video on that later today too. And unfortunately also for all you Darwin lovers in the building, I'm sorry, there's also going to be a video coming out later on the fact that I think Darwin will leave Liverpool this summer. Did you, Becky, how did you get tickets? Becky, how did you do it? Thomas, I hope so in Munich. I don't think I'm going to be able to get tickets, but at least to be there in the fan zone, that would be a dream. Man U faced Real Sociedad in the Europa League. They're really out of form this season. So I think United should be able to, although you see United this season, I feel like they could struggle against anyone. Let's be real. Feyenoord have done unbelievable things, Loreng. That's the Arne Slot legacy living on. Imagine Arsenal win the Champions League. Nope. I can't imagine that. I'm sorry. Liverpool got PSG, bro. PSG. Son, thank you again for the super chat who says Quarterfinal is facing us. Yes, Son, it's going to be difficult. Gonzalo Ramos, according to PSG fans, when he's fit, has played really well for them. So their front three could be Quarterfinal, Gonzalo Ramos, and Dembele, or maybe Barcola starts. But yeah, they have quality attackers. Their midfield is good, and their manager is top. I think Luis Enrique is a top manager. I actually want to watch ahead of our matchup. I'm gonna watch that documentary because it's been on my watch list. A PSG documentary, but it's mostly really on Luis Enrique, and apparently it's really good. No, it's on him. Sorry, and it really just follows him behind the scenes, and he's a really inspirational manager. But Leo, would you want Chiesa to start against City? That's definitely not happening, bro. He didn't play a single minute off the bench against Villa, and you think he'll start? I think the front three against City will be Salah on the right, Jota down the middle, and Lucho on the left. Because Gakpo's not fully, I don't think he's going to be fully fit to start. Maybe he'll be on the bench. But anyways, you guys, that will be it for the Champions League draw live. This was so much fun to get to react and get to react to it together. And in the end, I'm personally really happy. I know some of you guys are disappointed. You think Benfica or being on the other side of the bracket would have been easier. But for me, we're Liverpool Football Club. We shouldn't be fearing anyone. And like I said, the only game I fear is Real Madrid in a final. That's the only one I didn't want. And we avoided that 1000%. Because even if we face Real Madrid, it would be in the semifinals where the second leg would be at Anfield. I know I've said that 1,000 times by now. But for me, that's all I have in my mind. Because to me, that's the key. That's the key, and that's why personally I'm really happy with the draw. Obviously, for the actual PSG-Liverpool game, I rated that specific draw 6 out of 10 because PSG is an incredibly difficult opponent. But the bracket as a whole, I give it an 8 out of 10 for us. So I'm really happy about it. But anyways, you guys, look, Jalapeno says I'm happy with the draw too. But yeah, guys, I will be hopefully making a video on that again later today. And yeah, you guys, I hope you all have a beautiful start to your weekend. Happy Friday. I haven't even said that before. We were just so locked in on the draw. And I will see you guys on Sunday for the huge clash against Man City. You'll never walk alone, guys. I'll see you very, very soon. Have a beautiful start to your weekend, or rest of your Friday. And I'll see you guys.